and remind you of today's topic, which is electrical engineering in Germany. I think it doesn't need lots of explanation that the field is very interesting and also demanded. And today, this is the agenda. We might have some changes, but I will let you know about it. Of course, all the speakers will be introduced separately. But first, who is behind today's session? This is My German University, a database where you can find English taught study programs in Germany, and those can be partially English or fully English, so you can always adjust your desires with the help of the filter, and then find a preferred program or programs to apply to. This right now is a short overview of Study Finder. In general, it has much more filters. So, for example, you can filter programs according to even requirement of a work experience, or I don't know, your English score, which is always a topic. If you already have your IELTS and TOEFL and you are specifically looking for programs that are accepting it, then you can also filter according to that, and many more things. Therefore, the filter or the study finder is quite helpful, and in addition, you can even sort programs which are already filtered according to some parameter, for example, application deadline or CT or so on. We also share with you articles, and I might be also sharing some today in case the questions arise, for example, about scholarship and so on. Those articles are a really nice overview of relevant information, for example, motivation letter, living in Germany, visa processing time according to countries, etc., etc. So articles are frequently added, and I really encourage you having a look because they are really helpful and also informative. And of course, we have webinars. We have two groups, general and subject webinars. In general webinars, my colleague Mari presents a topic, for example, UniAssist or scholarships for 30 minutes, and then the rest of the time or another 30 minutes is dedicated for a Q&A, where you are welcome to share the general questions that you have about studying in Germany or about applications to German programs. But today we encourage you sharing questions more about specifically about study programs being presented, because you should be using this chance of having this direct contact with people joining today's session. So we have subject webinars. This week is exceptional. We have 4 subject webinars because I guess many programs have deadlines in a row. So it's nice to also introduce them before the deadline is still open. And of course, our team, we had a very nice team meeting a few days ago. So all these people are working hard to do different things for making your journey to Germany easier and more interesting, and trying to share the experience we had already as internationals and as also Germans who are sharing their insights about how to correctly apply, when to do though, and so on to you. You also see different flags. This is not only about our background, but also the languages we speak and the languages webinars and articles are translated to. So if you prefer reading something in other language, feel free to use this opportunity as well. Now, I hope you have already searched or used our study finder to search for programs in electrical engineering. And this is a bigger overview of the study finder here. Of course, first thing, you would filter programs by subject. So one is selected, and the search result shows you 340-degree programs. Of course, you are not going to go through all of them, but still, even the breakdown into masters and bachelors is still big. So in master, we have 274 programs. A first breakdown could be into English only. So if right now you are not ready to start your at least few courses in German, you could search for English only programs, and there are 195 of them. And then you could apply different filters about pricing, program features, university type, etc., etc. And then here is an option to sort, and you can sort by, in this case, deadline, for example, because it's also a hot season for applications. If you don't know, is it worth your time and also effort studying electrical engineering in Germany, you could check our subject pages, which provide overview of ranking, tuition fees, application admission, language requirements of universities offering those programs. You could also check out the work perspectives or future employment, which is also a frequently asked question. And I'm sure our guests will touch upon that today as well. We always advise you selecting program according to program profile and not be guided only by city names, rankings, or fees, because all programs are different, interesting, and you should be making a very knowledge decision. Briefly about the university landscape of Germany. In many countries, there is no division between universities and universities of applied sciences. So in Germany, the main difference is about the focus of programs offered by those universities. Usually, universities have more research and theory-oriented programs, and universities of applied sciences tend to offer more application and practice-oriented programs. The differentiation of PhD opportunities is no longer relevant. I also want to advise you to search programs by subject. This is what I did also in my first slide when I showed you study finder results, because if you search for program name and write electrical engineering, you could be missing many programs because not every single program is called Master in Science Electrical Engineering or Bachelor in Science Electrical Engineering. So just to be on a safe side, it's easier if you could search for programs according to subject. All right. This is an Erasmus Mundus program first, which will be presented. I just have the Kiel University here, but Marie will mention more about the program and its also locations. So the first speaker is Marie-Pierre Rechoutre, who will be talking about EPICO, or Master in Science Electrical Vehicle Propulsion and Control. I stop the screen share, and the floor is yours.
And I start my screen. Is it okay like that, Nino? So hello everyone, I'm Marie. I'm from the EPICO Plus Management Office. So EPICO is an Erasmus Mundus program. I'm not located in Germany. I'm located in Central Nantes, which is one of the partner institutions of the program. And I'm here with lots of my colleagues from Kiel University. We're gonna be 3 of us doing the small presentation to make it more interactive for you guys. So EPICO Plus, we now call it an international master. It's focused in electric vehicle propulsion and control. It's a 2-year master program, fully taught in English. The main topics, e-mobility and EVs field. Just to name a few of them, energy storage, control of electric propulsion, e-mobility, embedded system and communication, but you can read everything at the same time. What makes it, I would say, outstanding, it's an international program co-financed by Europe, meaning lots of scholarship available for the students. And also compulsory mobility within the partner. So if you intend on only studying in Germany, then this program is not for you. If you intend on studying at least one semester with me in France and the rest in Germany, then this program is made for you. The consortium is 5 universities. Central Nantes in France, where I'm located, Kiel University, here in the webinar with us, 1 university in Italy, 1 in Romania, and a new one now in Mexico. Those 5 universities, they created this master's program where you guys can spend at least 1 semester in different universities. If you want a double or a triple diploma with this program, it's possible. We have also the support from other academic partners. So in Canada, Mexico, Brazil, Canada again, China, India, and Nigeria. Sorry. All those universities, they support the program, and there will be possibilities for those of you who want to do a thesis with them, or the professor from those universities will join us to give some classes in the program. We also have, of course, the support from industrial partners, so while the program cannot be validated from Europe. Just to name a few of them, Airbus, Renault, Hyper, Mercedes, P2C, NXP, Neuville, those are located everywhere in Europe, so mostly from our partners countries, so France, Romania, Italy, Germany, if I don't forget anyone, and Mexico, of course. To go deep into the subject, Hamze, my colleague from Kiel University, will give you some insight about the academic.
Yeah, thank you very much, Marie. So the first semester, as Marie mentioned, you will be in Nantes in France, and there you will get the fundamental for this course on electric vehicles, and in particular for a bigger electromobility. In the first semester, courses like a control system, where you learn how to design a PI controller, for example. Then you will learn embedded computing. Embedded computing is for example, you have a small microcontroller which does only one special function, and it's designed to control a battery, a motor drive, or something like that. You will learn that. You will learn to deal with state estimation and signal processing, for example, how to implement a Kalman filter to deal with noises and uncertainties in a measurement. And then afterwards, all this in France, you will also learn the fundamentals of electric and hydrogen-based vehicle system. This will be two parts, theory, and also you will do the modeling and also simulation. This part is all in France, and you will get a very good basics for next semesters. And in second semester, you could be in different universities, but all the universities will provide somehow a shared curriculum. For example, if you come to Kiel, Bucharest, or Italy, or even Mexico, you could get these shared courses in power electronic converter, which in particular is used for electric vehicles and electric machines, also used for mainly electromobility. For example, the drive of a car, how to make a propulsion system for also an electric ship, or also underwater marine systems, and so on. All will be taught in this second semester, and you can also further look into renewable energy and storage systems, for example, in particular batteries, and also hydrogen systems based on these are designed based on the future needs of Europe, and you can have a longer perspective to work, to study, and to research in this field. This will also include the nonlinear control system, which will be applied, of course, in all the fields, not only electric vehicles. And in third semester, we will become more specialized, and you could, based on your interest, you could choose the country. For example, in Germany, we are focused on power electronics converters, and we design systems from very close to power semiconductors, technologies like IGBT, silicon carbide, and next generation lights like gallium nitrides. We build drives, we test drives, which use directly in electric vehicles, and of course batteries. For example, in the ePico Plus, we are offering batteries not only for battery system, which covers battery management system, but also battery materials. In France, you will be specialized in electric propulsion control, where Professor Ganes is there, and has a close cooperation with Renault, and basically what you learn is directly what industry need, and that's focused mainly on batteries and again fuel cells, which burn hydrogen into the power which drives the electric motor of the car or other electric systems. In Italy, embedded systems and advanced control are of the interest. And for example, if you want to work in a field that you build the electric vehicles, which drives automatically without that you need to stay awake, so you can consider going to Italy in L'Aquila and visit Professor Di Gennaro and also much more other colleagues like Professor Ceccati there. And in Romania, they are specialized in energy storage and energy management system. In particular, they could develop a battery management system from scratch, and it's very practical. They have a very big laboratory and infrastructure with a real model, and very interesting. And finally, in Mexico, you can consider whatever of this application. You can use the emerging artificial intelligence technique, and in particular apply that to electric vehicles. So after you get your specialization, then you can think about fourth semester and master thesis. There are also some other options which you can do in industry, or you can do at the chair or at the university. And in the past, we had the students who have done pure thesis at university with a very successful result. Others have done at a company, and you see some of them here. For example, autopilot design of underwater vehicles, or fault tolerance in modular multi-level converter, which are used in high voltage system, fuel cells, electric vehicles, and also batteries, like application of machine learning in batteries. So you have a wide variety of possibility to do your thesis in company or with really very good scientists at partner universities. So thank you very much. I think Mari, you can continue with winter school.
Yes, thank you, Hamze. So part of the program is also a winter school that happens every year in February. The idea is to gather industrial and academic partners that comes to talk about topics related to e-mobility. So just few of them, we had Siemens digital industry software, 𝘗𝘀𝘀, who talk about pure battery electric vehicle, or Airbus with the Zero E project, just to name a few of them. But every year we have this specific week where the industrial partner as well as academic partner come to meet our students, interact with them, and give specific conference during a week. The mobility, we talked briefly about it. On this program, the mobility scheme is very specific. All students come to meet me in France for the first semester. Then we have the winter school, and depending on your mobility choice, second semester can be spent in Germany, Mexico, Italy, or Romania. During the second year, you can choose one of the 5 institutions for your third semester, and then during the fourth semester, you can go industrial partner, academic partner, associated partner, basically where you want to go. As long as the topic you will work on is validated by the university in charge of your thesis, everything can be considered. The number of diploma you will get depends on the mobility. So first you will get a French diploma. Then if you go to Germany and go to Italy, you can get 3 diplomas from the 3 institutions you will study at. We have what we call the Label of Excellence from Europe. If we have the Label of Excellence from Europe, it means full funded scholarship for the best students. So I know you are very interested in scholarship. So for now, this program is a renewed program. We had EPICO project, where we had already 4 intake co-financed by Europe. And so far, we have 71 alumni and 35 students currently enrolled in the program. The idea is like now we have 4 more intakes financed by Europe with lots of scholarship available, approximately 20 per intake. Admission criteria, I saw some question on the chat already. It's open to students with a bachelor degree in a field related to control system, electrical engineering. If you're from other background, then your background is not eligible. We really are looking for students with a specific background that can fit EPICO Plus program. You must be fluent in English because the program is fully taught in English. That's why you can do the mobility between the partners. And the other documents we'll need are the basic documents, CV, motivation letter, names of professors that will recommend your academic, but not the recommendation letter, just contact detail of those professors. You will have all the detail on our website and you will be able to contact us very easily. One important deadline for you, January 31st. Is the deadline to apply. When you apply before that deadline, you will be automatically considered for the Erasmus Mundus scholarship, the full funded one, or the consortium scholarship, the reduction on tuition fees. No extended deadline, no document can be submitted after the deadline. We are very strict on that because it's a very competitive program. And I want to insist on something, there is no application fees. So as long as you have the correct background and all the documents, feel free to apply to EPICO Plus. For the students who are not considered for the scholarship, because scholarships are only for the best ranked students, tuition fees for the program for non-European students are 18,000 euro and European students 9,000 euro in total for the 2 years. So like I told you, I'm from EPICO Plus Management Office, and my job with also my colleague from the partner university is to help you with your application, preparation of your arrival in each institution, finding an accommodation, administrative registration and process in each country. You will see in France, we love the bureaucracy, but then as long as you follow our recommendation and advice, everything is fine. In each country, we have a local coordinator. So here we have Kirsten connected with answering on the chat. She's our local coordinator for EPICO Plus. And Felix is also connected. Is the equivalent of me in Germany, taking care of you students with the preparation of your arrival, accommodation, administrative registration. They are not talking right now, but answering the chat for us. To give you some job prospects, right now, some of our students are working in Germany, France, Spain. Some of them are back in Mexico. Basically, with the master program for is EPICO Plus, it will be easy for you to find a job as long as you look for something and not watch TV the whole day. Some of the students are working as project engineer at Siemens. Some of them are doing PhD thesis in France, Germany, Italy. That's just a few examples of what can be done after the program. But the best who can talk about this program is Dinesh Khanna, who is connected with us right now. He's from the Intech 3 students from EPICO. He did the mobility with us in Central Nantes, second semester in Romania, and third semester and thesis in Germany in Kiel University. And he has few advice or few info to give you.
Thank you, Mary. Hello, everyone. It's my pleasure today to join you all in sharing my experience about this program. Like Mary said, I was the third intake student for this program, Electric Vehicle Propulsion and Control. And I was in France for my first semester. Then I went to Romania for the second. And for my third, I came to Germany. And I also did my thesis here in Germany. So to give you a brief overview of how my experience was, in France, I was taught the basics of control systems, power electronics, and also electric vehicle modeling and simulation. And whatever I learned in France, I had much more similar experience in Romania. They built upon all these topics where they also specialize in machine learning. So I also got the chance to learn from best of the best professors there. And for my third semester, I came to Germany because I wanted to specialize in control systems. and I chose this path. And in Germany, I got the chance to access best state-of-the-art lab facilities there. And I also got the chance to do a research assistant part-time position there. So overall, the German semester was equally good as the first two. And for my fourth semester, I chose a thesis at the Fraunhofer Institute, which is one of the partners with Kiel University. So you get a choice to do a thesis there. And that was also pretty informational, and I got to learn a lot. And right now I'm graduated from this program. I graduated 2 months ago, and I'm working at Eaton, a company which is related to this particular program. So right now I'm working in control systems and related domain. So overall, I had a very good experience pursuing this program, and I just want to share one of the unique trait which I found interesting about this program. In most of the masters which you see online, you will have to choose a path which other students will also have to choose. But here, you get to choose each and every semester at university of your choice, and each of those universities would have some specialization. So you get to learn from the best of the best, and everything is customizable. Like if you want to go to Italy instead of Romania for the second semester, you would choose a different path, and you have a lot of choice which you can make. And that I find very interesting about this program. And yeah, that is all. Thank you very much for this opportunity, and I look forward to hearing from you all if you have any question.
Thank you, Dinesh. Just 2 slides more, and then I will give the mic back to Nino. So just a group picture, like, do you want to be part of the next group picture of the EPICO program? So feel free to contact us. So the email address, Nino had it on the chat already, is epico@ec-nantes.fr. I'm behind the email address. I can answer all your questions. If you have a lot of questions, we can schedule a one-to-one talk. That's also totally fine. So feel free to contact us, and we'll keep answering the question on the chat. Thanks for joining, everyone.
Thank you, everybody, for the presentation, Marie, and also insights from the colleagues, and for answering the questions in Q&A box. Dear attendees, I want to calm you that Marie mentioned that the bureaucracy is a thing in France, and believe me, it's a thing in Germany as well. So you will not be bored with that. Therefore, you need to be very, very organized and make sure that the deadlines are correctly met. Don't wait until the last moment, especially if you're talking about scholarships. So yeah, and then follow the guidance of Marie and Felix in case you want to do one of your semesters in Germany, because bureaucracy is a thing here as well. As an international, I have experienced that. All right, unfortunately, our second speaker is not there. But dear attendees, if you're interested in that program, it was already presented this year in October, so I can also share the YouTube recording of that with you. But before that, I'm happy to give this virtual mic to another speaker, Dr. Tanuj Hasija, who will be talking about Master in Science Electrical Systems Engineering from University Paderborn, the location on the map, and also the short blick of facts of the program on the slide.
Thank you, Nino, and yeah, thank you everyone for joining. Yeah, I'll share my screen so everything works. That's great. Okay, so my name is Tanuj Hasija, and yeah, I'll be presenting about the international master program that we offer at our university in Paderborn, which is Electrical Systems Engineering. A little bit of my background. So I'm from New Delhi, India. And yeah, an interesting part is I also did this course as a master student. And now after that, I did my PhD, in the department, and now I am a lecturer, a close, let's say, translation of the German position of akademische Rat. Yeah, so I have some perspectives from as a student, which I was there in this course not very long ago. So if you have some questions with that respect, feel free to, get in touch here through the webinar or also later on as well. Okay, so for those who don't know where Paderborn is, so Paderborn is located in the northwest center of Germany, and it's not very far from some of the big cities. So it's in the state of North Rhine-Westphalia, in the northwest, and which has lots of big cities like Düsseldorf, Cologne, which are very nearby to it. Also, some of the bigger cities like Berlin or Frankfurt are also not very far around. Berlin is 4 hours, Frankfurt is 2.5 hours, and Amsterdam on the left is also 3.5 hours away from Paderborn, so it's in the center. Now, the city itself is considered as a university town because there are a lot of student population and a lot of students live in the city. The city originally is more than 1,000 years old, so it has a long history of very historical buildings, castles, and also a nearby region which is again shares a old history of North and West Germany. Yeah, and right now, currently Paderborn has a mixture of old and new cities. So this is a new one of the new cities and the building of the university. So yeah, it has a good mix of new and old cities. So currently, the population of the city is 150,000. So it's a very green, safe, and I would call it a medium-sized city in Germany compared to it. So it's not a super big city, but it is a medium-sized city which you have lots of things. So there are museums. The world's largest computer museum is in the city itself. And there are, it also offers a lot of, culture. So there is different theaters with the new theater built recently as well. And yeah, I mean, different sports events and music festivals happen across the year as well. So a city has a lot to offer for the student life as well. It also has a lot of other universities, Catholic universities and some of the other smaller universities. And the biggest university in Paderborn is the main Paderborn University with around 16,000 students currently enrolled. There are also a lot of technology companies, and most of them have a strong connections to the university. So I'll not go into too much details into all of these companies, which are based in Paderborn and around Paderborn. But as you see, a lot of them like 𝘱𝘱𝘱𝘱𝘱, 𝘠𝘪𝘵 are related to both IT and computer science, but also to electrical engineering, power electronics, and hardware. Plus, there are many startups which our university promotes the developments of startups. So recently, in the last 5 to 10 years, there are a lot of startups as well, which are especially working in data science and artificial intelligence and machine learning, and are based in the university and have strong connections to it as well. So yeah, in terms of finding jobs in and around the region, there are a lot of companies that offer those to the master students, but also, of course, you're not limited to the region. So if you're not limited to the region, you can also find a lot of jobs across Germany after the program itself. Our university has the logo of University of Information Society. So yeah, focusing on the information and data science and yeah, artificial intelligence also is the new focus of the university. It has the main campus in the city. So yeah, which you can see here in the picture here. With around 16,000 students, 1,500 academic staff and more than 750 PhD students. So has a good mixture of research and industry collaboration, and more than 50 million euros of external research funding per year. So definitely focused on research and industry. It's very student friendly, so it has a affordable student accommodation, which we can actually see here, which is right next to the university, so you don't have to really go a lot. It was recently renovated, so really, new buildings. The other interesting and attractive option is there are no tuition fees here, so it's effectively free. All you have to pay for is student registration fees, around 300 to 400 euros per semester. And with that, you also get a free public transport, not just within the city, but also within the whole state of North Rhine-Westphalia. And also a lot of discounts on the museums and some of the city tours as well. So it has one of the great canteens and cafeteria for students, and a lot of sports activities, from soccer, football to even we have a cricket team here. So for those who would be interested, but also other sports like kung fu, volleyball, basketball, you name it, and there are there. And an yearly music festival, which is one of the biggest festivals in the state and in Germany, which also happen. And we also support our students with a lot of buddy and mentoring programs when you come. And you're usually assigned another senior who has, or an alumni who already is aware of the city and some of the registration at the university, who would help you as well. So quite a lot of support for the students as well. Some of the things I talked about are shown here with pictures as well. Okay, so I'm going more technical now after talking about the city and the university as a whole. So we have 5 faculties, and this particular course is within the Faculty of Computer Science, Electrical Engineering, and Mathematics. And that's divided into 3 departments: Department of Electrical Engineering and Information Technology, Department of Computer Science, and Institute of Mathematics. And the main department that's responsible for this particular course is Department of Electrical and Information Technology. But of course, all the 3 departments in the faculty work closely. So some of the courses are actually spread across the whole 3 departments over the faculty as well. So talking about our Department of Electrical Engineering and Information Technology, so we have around 1,000 students, around 60% doing bachelor's, 30 to 40% enrolled in master's, and a few also PhD students, with some of the students from the master's course actually enrolling for a PhD as well. So that's like me, so that's also an option for you as well. We have around 123 academic staff and 16 full professors and research groups, so providing a very enhanced experience over electrical engineering and information technology. And most of those professors have an international viewership, and also have an international standing as well, not just in Germany, but across the whole world in terms of their competitiveness and the research that they do. Another attractive part is 30% of there are international students and staff. And there is an excellent student and staff ratio and a lot of international environment within the department as well. So what are most of these professors working on, or the research topics that are for the department? So information technology, definitely, with the focus both on signal processing, statistics, and also artificial intelligence, machine learning, and data science. There's also a research focus on optoelectronics and photonics as well, with quantum photonics and quantum technology as well, in collaboration with the physics department. automation and control, so robotics, and there is a close collaboration with the Department of Mechanical Engineering for automation and vehicular technology as well. And last but not least, electrical engineering and technology with power electronics and hardware focus is also one of the main focus of the departments. Okay, so overall, as I said, the faculty offers 3 different international master programs, all offered in English: electrical systems engineering, computer engineering, and optoelectronics and photonics. And today's talk, I'm going to focus on electrical systems engineering. But if you have questions regarding the other in English courses as well, I can also provide those details, or you can go to our university website and then look at those related courses as well. So the core lectures it's a 2-year, coming back to it, and as most of the master's courses in Germany, it's a 2-year course. Usually it take around 4 semesters to complete it. The core lectures are based on modeling and simulation and advanced system theory. So talking about system and control theory. And all the students have to choose one of the specializations. So electrical, and which is focused more on hardware and power electronics, is electronics and devices, which has again 2 mandatory courses of circuit and system designs and fields and wave theory. And the other specialization is signal and information processing, which I also chose when I came here as a student, which is focusing on statistical signal processing, machine learning, and data science as well. And within this specialization, we also offer a lot of elective lectures with a broad range of topics. And along with that, you have soft skills, which are also part of the curriculum. So you can take out of those, you can take 3 courses of 3 credit points, where one of the courses, which is management of technical projects, which give you also a experience of how to manage technical projects and technical studies. But you can also choose different language courses, and out of that, you can also choose a German language course, which I would highly recommend if you want to stay in Germany after your master's. Different topics, seminar topics also, where you're given, usually research papers, and you have to present about your own research topics as well. And, it's not just a theory-based course, it has a lot of practical knowledge as well. And we offer 2 half years or 1 complete year of group projects, hands-on practical projects on various different topics as well, followed by a master thesis in your last semester, so typically around 6 months, in either one of the research groups in the department or the faculty, or interdisciplinary between different departments, or also you can do it in a company and can be supervised by a professor. So both are possibles. All the lectures are accompanied by exercises and tutorials. So again, hands-on experience on programming, and also some mini projects during some of these courses as well. All the courses are taught completely in English, so you don't need a German language prerequisite. But as I said, if you want to stay in Germany, then it would be nice to do those language courses alongside with your master's. Some of the things are similar to what I said. Lots of extracurricular offers as well, lots of state-of-the-art research and hands-on topics. One of the things, of course, is while you are working, so with respect to the funding, we also offer a lot of paid student research assistant jobs as well on a lot of these research topics that professors are doing it. I also did it when I was in my master's, and that also, is kind of not just gives you some sort of a funding or finances to manage your finances while you're doing your studies, but it also gives you a very good experience for your research, especially before doing your thesis or project work as well. So yeah, there are a lot of opportunities there within the university and nearby as well. It was top rated in one of the rankings as the overall student satisfaction of the course. And yeah, as I also said, there are many PhD positions available within the department, and I also continued after the master's to do my PhD as well. So that's also an option. Yeah, so one of the positive feedback from our 100th alumnus, who was very happy and also liked a lot of personal freedom with respect to different kind of courses that you can take and also build on your interest and your research interest. So that's a lot of scope within this particular master program that is possible. And yeah, I mean, you, as like him, you can also find jobs in various industries, within Germany or around as well. With respect to time, so I'll be brief and try to wrap it up. So some of the formal stuff you can also look at on the links that would be provided by Nino, and also I can provide you if you want. The prerequisites are a bachelor degree in electrical engineering or a related, where you would need some of the courses and our exam board. One of the questions in the chat was, how do we decide it? Our examination board actually decides, if your bachelor degree is related to and suitable for this particular program. A GRE is in theory needed, so more than 157 score on quantitative reasoning and as well, but in some exceptional cases, with a good or a very good grade in bachelor's degree, you can also apply without a GRE, but I would still suggest to give the GRE exam, as you at it would build overall a very good profile with GRE as well. So it's not needed in theory, but I would still suggest to have that. English proficiency is also required, and that's also mentioned on our website. Yeah, for applying for the summer semester, I mean, there are still a few days left, so 5 more days in this month. Else you can also apply next for the next winter semester in October 2025, and the deadline is May 31st for that. We don't have any limits on the number of students we take, but of course, as long as we have students that are qualified and are following all these prerequisites, then we take as many students as possible. Yeah, so summarizing, it's a 2-year research-oriented program, both giving you a hands-on experience in practical projects and research labs, but also is connected and tied with industry collaborators, and you can also do your thesis in industries and a company as well. It's a good international university with a strong research focus, lots of student help and accommodation culture, and vibrant student life across the city. Yeah, and overall, if you need more details about the course or other courses that we offer, you can visit our website as well. So thank you, and yeah, simultaneously, I would also look what are the questions in the chat, and I'll try to answer as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much for all the details. Actually, you already answered most of the questions with the presentation, similarly as the previous program, but we still do have time for the Q&A. So whoever feels comfortable, feel free to jump in, and then we do a Q&A. So, Dr. Hasija, if you want, you could also stop the screen share, but yeah, in case you want to.
If there are questions that require, I can continue. Or yeah, I'll start the screen share and then we can answer and see.
Yeah, I will go one by one. I will voice some questions for EPICO because all of them were answered, but I will still would like to mention some of them. First was about the So one question was about the recognition of previous degree, because in all our webinars we mentioned that you need to make sure that your university is listed in ANABIN, and I guess this attendee was attending one of those and is asking how so is the procedure similar to the usually German procedure, or because it's handled by France, do you have specific recognition requirements for the previous degrees?
As we centralize the admission, but then every institution from the consortium evaluate the application. So we, as long as the diploma is a recognized one from Europe, around the world, or anywhere, bachelor level degree, then it's fine. The student has to be either graduated or in the final year of graduation, because we don't want the students to lose 1 year just waiting to get the official diploma and so on. As long as it's a valid document recognized by their government, it's fine for us.
Great, thank you so much. Dear attendees, one hint will be just to make sure that your program is accredited and the university, so both should be accredited, and then there should be no problem with the application. Yeah, Dr. Hasija, I see you are answering in written, but maybe let's voice it so maybe it's easier. At Baden-Württemberg University, when it comes to compulsory option, because I think I saw a similar question as well, and I will kind of combine those. When it comes to compulsory optional subjects and electives, students have to choose a specific group of subjects to be counted as a specialization, or how does the system work? And the second one is the similar one. What are the compulsory optionals and then electives? Are these the same?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that it would be nice to answer that in combination. So regarding the specializations, as I said, there are two specializations, electronic and devices and signal and information processing. And of those, two of these subjects are compulsory for each specialization, but the rest are elective. And mostly it's broad. I mean, so some of the subjects are only elective in some of the specializations, so that you build a particular direction in terms of either more hardware oriented, slightly more hardware oriented, or slightly more, let's say, signal and information processing oriented. But there are a big range of elective courses that you can take. So two are compulsory, but lots of elective courses that can be taken in these specializations. Yes.
Great, thank you so much. There was a question about, again, application to EPICO program, and then Hamzesh already answered it, but maybe if anybody from the team wants to once again voice it, what would be nice as a kind of overview. Hi, sorry, I have one more question. On the program page, you mentioned that decision is made based on quality of former studies. What do you exactly mean by that? Does it refer to accreditation of the home university?
What I know Hamza already answered part of the question. The idea behind that is every university is doing the GPA calculation or the grade of the students different. If you come from the first university ranked in your country, grades are going to be lower than if you come from the 10,000 ranked university in your country. So we take into consideration the origin of the university, ranking of the university of the students. We know in Europe, we are usually stronger when we give grades compared to other countries. In Pakistan, for example, I'm not talking about the best ranked universities in Pakistan, but in lower universities, they tend to have better GPA compared to what we would do in Europe. So that's why we take into consideration the university of origin of the students.
Yeah, great. Thank you very much for also this addition. It's really important to know. Then back to Dr. Hasija. So one, again, you're answering and I will interrupt you, that the program, you also mentioned 2 deadlines. And actually, I don't know what dear attendees, if you are planning to apply now in 5 days or for May. And the question is, what are the usual course sizes or group sizes, and when is better to apply?
Yeah.
When is fewer competition, probably.
So yeah, in theory, you can apply both for the summer semester and the winter semester. But overall, I mean, since some of the mandatory courses are offered as the start in the winter semester, there are a lot more students in the winter semester than the summer semesters. So that is, but yeah, in theory, you can apply in both semesters as well. And then if you start with summer semester, then you have to choose your courses and specializations such that since the courses are offered, not all year round, but some of the courses are only offered in winter and some of the courses are only offered in summer semester. You just have to be smart to choose your courses accordingly. Yes, but from the statistics, more students come in the winter semester and yeah, slightly less in the summer.
And just as a follow-up, maybe you already have experienced with visa issues. Is it possible to, for example, get admitted for summer, but then start studies in winter semester because of these formalities?
Yes, that is should be possible. I think the more can be helped from our international office. They can help it, but yeah, during Corona, we had this problem as well. A lot of students either stayed over and then started doing their, degree in their home countries for first semester and then joined later, or some could not get the visa appointments. And then, yeah, if they are given an admission in one of the semesters, yeah, we are definitely helping the students, and that in theory can be also extended, that offer, to the next semester as well, if the student, of course, has a valid reason to do that.
Of course. Thank you. Back to EPICO. One question was about the selection of partner universities. Maybe we could mention once again, do students need to already know both universities they want to continue or studies from the very beginning during the application, maybe outlining its motivation, or is it possible to decide a bit later? And additional question which came earlier than the webinar when somebody registered was, is it possible to extend studies because it's Erasmus? So usually with German programs, it's possible to do one more semester. And how are the regulations with you?
So for EPICO Plus, as an Erasmus Mundus program, the studies last for 2 years, so 24 months, and cannot be extended unless emergency medical reason, something very specific. But we have to take into consideration that it's under the label of excellence. So if a student does longer, for Europe, it's not well known. It means that we maybe selected wrong the student because it needs more time to continue the studies. I know it's totally different from the rules in Germany. And the first question was,
do we need to select programs or universities?
Yes, true. Sorry. At the time of application, the students have to select their mobility. So they have to choose semester 2, semester 3, and they make 5 choices, like combination of mobilities. When we select the students, the best students, we let's say the 2 top 3, 4 best, we try to give them their mobility choice. But then for the scholarship students, the one under full funded scholarship, we have to keep a balance between our universities. So meaning the students might not get their mobility choice. They can decide to change it and lose the scholarship. I know it seems very difficult or strict, but that's the way it is. Although self-funded students get to have the mobility choice, he choose, but he chose the mobility before joining the program. Once a student is enrolled, we cannot change the mobility. So that's why we conduct webinars. We do webinars like that. The students can talk to us. We can arrange meeting with them to make sure they do the right choice.
Great. So yeah, dear attendees, use this opportunity of guidance because it's important, and especially because you will be combining different universities. So it's, and yeah, I think you are all very thankful for program representatives doing this additional thing for you. A question for both. You all mentioned about English language proficiency, and I believe you see this question frequently, but it still came and I want to mention it. Maybe Dr. Hasidja, you could start and then we go with Marie. I graduated with CGPA of 3.4. It means, we first of all need to know which system. If it's the German system, then it's not that high. In electrical engineering, in electrical and electronic engineering, will certified English proficiency letter from my university be accepted in place of the English proficiency exam?
I don't think so. So what we require as an English proficiency is either from one of these standardized external English tests, so either TOEFL, IELTS, or I think some of the ones we offer, or are the Cambridge first test as well.
Thank you.
For EPICO Plus, we accept the MOI letters, the mean of instruction letters. We don't accept the English proficiency letters. The difference is if a student conducted the full bachelor degree in English language, then we accept the mean of instruction letter to replace the test. And there is some nationalities, just to name Nigeria, for example, or of course the fully English-speaking country, US, UK, such countries like that, where we don't require an English test as long as the students follow the complete instruction there. So mean of instruction letter replace the test for us.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, one last question about the GRE. I think there were two questions about it, and you also partially mentioned that it's advisable to have GRE, not a requirement. But from additional question would be if it's kind of listed and its application is done through UniAssist, and if the GRE is not there, will they still forward the documents to you, or they will just reject the applicant's document?
Well, I'll have to check with the UniAssist system, but I mean, as I said, in theory, I mean, if you have a very good bachelor grades, then you don't need GRE, so it should be possible. I think they should send it, and then once it comes, we are able to see who have GRE and who have not. But if they do have any problem, if the students have some problems, if the document is or the application is not being forwarded, then they can contact us as well.
Yeah, thanks so much.
As I said, it's also advisable to have a GRE unless you have a very good bachelor's degree score.
Dear attendee, the email is also in chat in case you want to follow up with them directly already. You could do so. And right now, last question I see is about 𝘈𝘥𝘷𝘦𝘳𝘴𝘪𝘯𝘨, opportunity for girls. I think it was during Dr. Hasidja's presentation. I don't fully understand, but could you say more about 𝘈𝘈𝘥𝘷𝘦𝘳𝘴𝘪𝘯𝘨, this opportunity for girls?
Yeah, thank you. I mean, overall, so our university believes in equal opportunity for both men and women, and I mean, there are lots of options available for women as well, not just in terms of coming to the university, but also, as I said, about buddy program, about mentorship programs, both on master's level, and also if they are interested, there is a mentorship program during their last master semester, where if they're interested for PhD, then they're also given guidance and one-to-one meetings with PhD students or postdoc students as well to promote the participation of women in electrical engineering as they are underrepresented in Germany.
Okay, great. Thank you then, everybody. Dear attendees for the interest, dear panelists for participating.